back. Following on from the last episode where we basically sidetracked to actually split the carburetors apart. Later on I'll show you where I'm actually at with the cases, because obviously behind the scenes basically I'm starting to clean up the cases, and I'll just show you at random points exactly where I am with the cleaning. It's not the most exciting thing to show, so I'll just show you bits and pieces as I go. So as you left it in the last episode, carburetors basically apart. All the bits are basically separate, bagged. Did try and do a bit of cleaning on to get the paint off of that one, but you can see by the inside. So we're going to pull out the parts washer. I'm just going to take you through one. I'm not sure if it's going to actually shift this paint. It will probably need paint stripper on it, but the primary reason is, as I say, is see if it gives it a really good clean. It might need to go through the washer, but that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to set up the ultrasonic cleaner, and then we'll put a few bits through, see how it goes. Should be able to get the carb in, maybe get these covers in. So that's the first job. Right, so that's basically up to temperature. I've just, that actually fits, which is nice. So remember how that looks. So I'll do them 3 parts. So I'll get them in again, I'll run it at 70 for about 20 minutes. So I might have to give these 2 cycles and then turn that over, but we'll see how it goes. So let's pop that in and get this thing started. Yep, as suspected, it does just sit out slightly, so I'm going to have to turn this and then do the other side. Right, so it's just reached its 20 minutes. I say that was on 70 degrees. So let's have a look and see how this is done. I managed to find the big gloves. Also, remember, eye protection, just in case of drops and splashes, which I totally forgot earlier and I didn't have them on. Luckily I didn't get splashed. Right, just let that drain for a while, then I'll wash it off with cold water. Obviously this part here, I'll show you. Right, so this part here was exposed out of the water, so we'll compare that with how it's done on the rest of the parts. So I'm going to wash them off in cold water, give them a quick wipe down, and then see where we are. Right, well, after a 20-minute 70 degrees, that's come out really well. Still a little bit more residue in there. But the carb, that's actually started taking the paint out. That was the area that wasn't in the water. I say it will need probably another couple of goes because they are quite bad. But for the first attempt, really pleased with the results. I mean, that was quite bad. There's still a bit more in there, just in there in that bottom corner. But that's after one go. So that's basically clean. I'll dry that off and start giving that a polish. But no, pleased with that. Alright, let's just move this to one side for the minute. As I said, off camera I've been doing some work on the cases. As you can see, they're starting to come up. Done on that front bit. That's still to do. That's still to do. That started coming up really well. That's got a bit more to do, but it has lifted a lot of the gunk that had been sat on there. Obviously all this surface has got to be cleaned. There's bits of gasket left, but overall that started to come up quite well. Also, if you remember, that was kind of a sort of a rusty dust colour. Again, that's starting to come up where the rotor was. All that's got to be cleared and cleaned. But no, pleased with how that's coming out. So it's starting to get there. Obviously the inside needs to be done. I'll probably try and get part of this in my parts washer and give that a go in there. I just want to run one of the caps under the polisher for a little bit. So that needs a lot more work. But that certainly is coming up quite well. So that'll be early stages, but pleased. So there you go, there's a comparison. That's number 2. Still with all this paint, and that's after one go in the ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm going to have to turn it over and do that side, but quite a difference after 20 minutes of 70 degrees. So I'm going to stick these back in. So that can go back in just to finish that off. That I'm happy with. I can clean that middle bit and then polish. And then I'll work through the rest of the carbs. Right, and that's it after its second go. Again, it's removed a lot more of the paint. I'm still going to run some of this through the parts washer, just so I can get in all the nooks and crannies. But really pleased with the carb. Again, I'll probably run this through the parts washer so I can get in all the nooks and crannies, especially with there's still bits of paint. That might even need a third go through. But overall, pleased with the results. And basically while I was waiting for that to do, started to do the cap. Still a little bit more to do. But again, really pleased with how that's come out. As I say, not much has changed on here. I did give it another rub down. I'm going to actually get the parts washer out, put it in that so I can get in all the awkward bits. But yeah, for 2 goes that hasn't come out too bad. Unfortunately I've still got 3 more to do, complete. Obviously every single one is bagged up, so I know that's carb 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got all the internals in there, all the screws, they'll go in. I'll have to find a little container. And obviously I've got the main mechanism to go in as well. So that should clean up nicely. So they'll go in probably between now and the next episode. I'm actually still waiting for a few parts to turn up so I can continue on with, let's cover that, so I can continue on with the engine. So obviously the secondary is built, that's ready to go back in. Clutch I need to give a clean through. The pulley, I've actually cleaned some of it so far. Just got the inside to do. Again, I might even stick that in the cleaner. Obviously the inner sprocket cover, that needs to be cleaned. And then I'm going to take these com rods off and actually put them in the cleaner as well, give them a clean up. And then start actually cleaning out the internals of the engine. Once I've got this top case done, I can turn it over. Alright, so thanks for joining me on that one. Again, it's a bit of a shorter one today. It was basically just showing you exactly where I am and a bit more on the ultrasonic cleaner, which I'm really pleased with. It's going to earn its money for me. It's making light work of most of the deep cleaning, which is obviously years and years of gunk and paint and grease. You know, it's starting to clean them off. It's going to take a few goes because obviously I didn't expect it to do it straight away. The actual float bowls, really pleased with how the float bowls came out. That's brilliant. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of those. I'm also going to continue on with cleaning the cases. Not far away from the top one. I'll flip it over, clean the inside out. Then I can move into the bottom section of the engine. Obviously with the bottom section there's a lot of debris from obviously parts that have disintegrated. I think I've worked out what most of it was is on the timing where the wheels are. Let's see if I can find them, I'll show you. Alright, I can't actually find them because I think they're buried in one of the boxes, but you've got these little bits that go through the main cogs, which obviously drive the chain. You've got these little rubbers, there's 2 there, 2 there, and there's 2 more down here. They've basically disintegrated, and that seems to be what is in the bottom of the engine. Because obviously I was worried whether it would be a washer or something that's broken, but as I say, I've gone through the engine, I've looked at everything, and I can't seem to see anything. The only bit that seems to have disintegrated, there's little bits of this left, is these blocks. So I've actually placed an order and I'll put some more in. There'll be new ones going in, but obviously the debris from that, I think that's what's in the bottom of the engine. But as I say, that'll all be cleaned out, it'll be clear, and I can start again. But that's basically what the problem was. Right, so as I say, so I've got them parts on order, they shouldn't take too long to come. I'll obviously need them for a later date, but I want to make sure I get them ordered and I can start sifting through and basically building up a stockpile of parts that I need. But as I say, that wraps it up for this week. So next episode we'll continue on. I will do some bits off camera and try and get some of them a bit more of the carbs done, get them cleaned through, get a bit more of the casing done, and then look at the crank, see if I can get parts of that cleaned up as well, so I know that everything's good and clean. As usual, subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of every video, so please like and subscribe. It is important to me. I am a growing channel, I've said this many times, but I really appreciate all the support and comments and feedback I get from all the subscribers, even non-subscribers, all my patrons. It's brilliant. Keep it coming. I really appreciate it. It's helping me. I'm learning. I'm growing, and it's, as I've said before, it's kind of like a community. I'm building and helping each other, giving tips and hints, and it's a positive way forward. Link to my Patreon in the bottom left hand corner, so if you click on that, it will take you to my Patreon page. If you wish to donate or support, then click that link, it will take you straight to it. There are several different, I set up several different tiers of levels of support. So it starts with basically $1 or £1, and there's about 4 or 5 different tiers. Hopefully it will improve my lighting at one point, and that's one thing I do want to replace. Links to other videos, top left and top right, and see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.